ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। नमः सर्वेभ्यः। अस्मिन् वर्गे वयं लोपः, आगमः, आदेशः इति विषये चर्चां कुर्मः। प्रारम्भे वन्दनं। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्च ज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। अज्ञानान्तस्य लोकस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकयां चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। In Ashtadhyayi, in many sutras, during the prakriya, we either get lopaha or agamaha or adeshaha. These three are very common during the prakriya. So we shall learn what these are in this class and in coming classes also. लोपः इत्युक्ते non-appearance of a letter or group of letters. During the prakriya, it will be seen in the beginning and later it will not be seen. That is called as lopaha. Agamaha ityukte, there will not be any non-appearance of any letters or group of letters. There will be some addition of a letter or group of letters. That is called as agamaha. Adeshaha means there will be a replacement of a letter or a group of letters by a letter or group of letters. Some letter will be replaced by other letter. If you take these examples, in Pratama Ekavachana Vibhakti of Sita, the Su Pratyaya is seen in the Prakriya, in the beginning of the Prakriya. Later it is not seen here. It is the final form is Sita. So Sita is seen during the Prakriya and the Pratyaya is also seen. But at the end of the Prakriya, the Pratyaya is not seen. So that is called as Lopaha. If we take the Prakriya for the Rutlakara, Parasmaipadi, Ekavachana, Pratama Purusha, form for Patt Dhatu in Rutlakara. Rutlakara. At this stage, Patt, Sya, Ti. Sya is Vikarna Pratyaya, Ti is the Ting Pratyaya. At this stage, there will be it, there will be addition of this it. So, Pat was there, Sya was there, Ti was there. All of these are present at this step also. But there is one more addition of this entity, it. So, this addition is called as Agama. So, everything is seen, there is no lopa, and it has not replaced any of these entities. But has not, sorry, it has not replaced Pat, Sya, or Ti. All of them are present. This it has been added extra. So this extra addition is called as Agama. And Adesha. In case of E followed by A, as in Namami Aham. The last letter of Namami is E. The first letter of Aham is A. At this stage, by echo energy, E will be replaced by Y, Yakara. So here, in the beginning of the Prakriya, E and A are present. Later, at the end of the Prakriya, Yakara and Akara are present. We see that in the place of Ikara, yakara is present. So yakara has replaced e. So this is called as adesha. Substitution or replacement of a letter by another letter. So in this class, we shall discuss about lopaha. We shall discuss about agamaha and adeshaha later in coming classes. In the first case, it is called as lopaha. In the second case, it is agamaha. In the third case, it is adeshaha. There is a sutra which defines lopa. Adarshanam lopaha 1160 is the sutra. Adarshana means non-appearance, non-appearance of a letter or group of letters. Varnasya varna samudayasya va adarsanam lopaha iti namna katyate uchyate. In the example, Sita, as I told it before, this supratyaya is not a senior in the later stage of the prakriya. That is called as adarshanam, non-appearance. That adarshanam is what we call as lopaha. If here ukara is it, so sakara remains. That sakara gets deleted by some sutras. That deletion is what we call lopa. Here a single letter undergoes lopa. If we want to see a case where more than a single letter undergoes deletion, if we take the prakriya for op sannanta form of op dhatu. If you add san pratyaya, it is a sanadi pratyaya. San pratyaya to dhatu op. During the prakriya, e, sa, this a will be replaced by e by some sutras, and there will be sa. It undergoes dvitvam, reduplication. Again, this reduplication undergoes lopa. So here, not a single letter, pakara followed by sakara followed by akara. Three letters, a group of three letters undergoes deletion. So lopa means non-appearance of a letter or group of letters during the prakriya is what is called as lopaha. Adarshanam lopaha. Let us study some sutras where this sanna lopa is used. The first one is sanyogantasya lopaha. There are many sutras in Ashtadhyayi where the sanna is used. Lopa is very common. So we shall study the examples today and tomorrow also. Today we shall learn this sutra sanyogantasya lopaha and some exceptions about of this sutra. Sanyogantasya lopaha. If we do padacheda, it is sanyogantasya lopaha. Sanyogantasya shashti ekavachana, lopaha pratama ekavachana. We already discussed this sutra before. Sanyoga means alonantara sanyogaha. Two or more consonants, more al letters without any pause between them is called as sanyoga. Antasya means it should be at the end of a pada. Then the last letter of that sanyoga undergoes deletion, undergoes lopa. Tasya adarshanam bhavati. Tasya lopaha bhavati. For example, in case of lang lakara form of pat dhatu, at this stage there will be akara coming in the beginning and ikara. If you take the pratama purusha bahuvachana form, there will be anti, where that ikara at the end undergoes deletion by some other sutra. Then this form is left behind, apatant. At this stage it is a pada since it ends with ting pratyaya and it has sanyoga at the end. By sanyogantasya lopaha, the hull letter, the last letter undergoes lopa. So takara undergoes lopa and we left with apatan, which is the Pratama Purusha Bahuvachana form of Pat Dhatu in Lang Lakara. If you take one more example, Pratama Purusha Ekavachana form of Vidvas, it is a Pratipadikam. Vidvas, it is derived by adding Shatru Pratyaya to Vid Dhatu. Vid, to know, to understand, is the Dhatu. To that Dhatu, if we add Shatru Pratyaya, we will get Vidvas as the form. Usually the forms end with at, patat, gachat, namat, like that. In case of with, the shatru pratyaya will be replaced by was. So the form will be like this. Videsh shaturvas, Videsh shaturvasuhu is the form, sutra by which shatru pratyaya for with dhatu will be replaced by was. So the shatru pratyayanta form of with dhatu is was. It is a pratipadikam by krutadita samasascha. If we add pratama purusha ekavachana pratyaya, since it ends with sakara, which is a al letter, the pratipadikam is a alanta. So for all alanta, we know that there will be sulopa. The pratama purusha pratama vibhakti ekavachana pratyaya undergoes lopa. That sutra we are going to study tomorrow, since it is concerned with lopa. So sulopa, then we are left with vidvas. For all uh, for all pratipadikas which are derived from a pratyaya in which ukara or rukara or it, ukara or rukara or it, there will be numagama. There will be numagama, num agama. Usually numagama comes after the last vowel in the word. In this word vidvas, the last vowel is, there are two vowels, vakarottara ikaraha, again vakarottara akaraha, ikara here and akara here. The last vowel is akara here. So that nakara comes after this akara. So this nakara comes after vidva. So it becomes vidvans. Before that, I told there will be numagama for the words which are derived from the a pratyaya which has ukara or rukaraya sitto. It is derived from shatru pratyaya. We know that in shatru, rukara is a it letter. The purpose of that rukara in shatru is to give numagama here, because shatru is a pratyaya in which rukara is sitto. So for such pratyaya, such pratyayanta words, if a word is derived from a pratyaya like shatru in which ukara or rukara is a it, for those words we get numagama. So here numagama. Then if a word ends with sakara and if it is a sanyoga, it should be sanyoga and the last letter should be sakara, then there will be dirga of the last the last vowel. So the last vowel is akara, that undergoes dirga desha, so it becomes vidvans. At this stage, if you don't understand all this, it's okay, we shall learn later. I just wanted to explain this portion for sanyogantasya lopaha. Now this is a pada since it ends with supratyaya. So at this stage there is a sanyoga. So by sanyogantasya lopaha, this sakara gets deleted and we are left with vidvan. Vidvan is the pratama purusha, pratama vibhakti ekavachana form of vidvas pratipadikam, vidvan. By sanyogantasya lopaha, the hull letter which is present at the end of a sanyoga, that which is present at the end of a pada, undergoes lopaha. The next sutra in the same sequence is Rat Sasya. If you see, Sanyogantasya Lopaha is 8 to 23. All these sutras we are studying today are in sequence, are in continuity. And this is 23. Next we are studying 24, fourth. Rat Sasya. Rat means it is, Rat is in Panchami, Sasya is in Shashti. Rat is Panchami of Ra. Rama becomes Ramat, like Ra becomes Rat. Sasya, Rama becomes Ramasya. Similarly, Sa becomes Sasya. It is not plant, Sasya. Sasya is the Shashti Ekavachana of Sa. So, Rat Sasya. By Panchami, we know that the Karya happens immediately after the letter which is expressed in Panchami. So the letter expressed in Panchami is Ra. So after that there will be Karya. The Karya or the Sthani is here Sa, because it is expressed in Shashti. So I have written Rakara, after that Sakara. So by this sutra, Rat Sasya, there will be deletion of Sakara if it is followed by, if it is preceded by Refa, because that Lopaha comes as Anurutti from the previous sutra. Sanyogantasya Lopaha comes as Anurutti to this sutra. So if we take the Anvaya, Rat Sasya Lopaha is the complete meaning of the sutra. So if we take example, yesterday I took this example and I got confused. Now I have studied this and I am going to present this example. The Panchami or Shashti Vibhakti Pratyaya anta form for the Rukaranta Shabda Pitru. Pitru ends with Rukara. These are Gnasi is the Shashti, Gnasi is the Panchami Vibhakti Pratyaya, Ekavachana Vibhakti Pratyaya. In both these Pratyaya, Gnakara in the beginning is hit by Lashakvatadite, because that Ku represents Kavarga. It is a Kavargya Vyanjana and it is in the beginning of the Pratyaya. And it is not a Tadita Pratyaya. Atadite is there in that sutra. And Ikara at the end of this Gnasi is a Anunasika. So by Upadesha Janunasika, it is this also a it letter. So we are left with As. This Sakara is not a letter by Navibhaktau Tusmaha. By Halantyam it should be a it by but by Navibhaktau Tusmaha it is not a it. So Pitru plus As. So at this stage, this Rukara at the end of Pitru, Rukara plus A, Ru plus A at this stage, both combine to form U. I thought only Ru becomes Ur. It is not so. Ru plus A, they combine to form U. Again, since U is an Adesha for Ru, it comes along with Refa. I told this in case of Gunasandhi also. Raja plus Rushi, Rajarshi. That Ukarasya Akaraha, Raparaha, Ar it becomes. So here also U plus A becomes, sorry, Ru plus A becomes U, which comes with Refa. So it is Ur. So Pitru becomes Pitur. And this A and U have become Ur. So we are left with this Sakara here. So at this stage, Sakara is preceded by Refa. So there is refa before sakara. So by rat sasya of there will be deletion of sakara. So this sakara will be deleted. So we are left with pitur, and refa at the end of a pada is converted into visarga. Pituhu, pituhu, matuhu, kartuhu. These are the panchami athava shashti ekavachana forms of rukaranta words. This r plus s, this sakara lopa would have been done by sanyogantasya lopaha only, because here also it is sanyoga and it is also a pada. So by sanyogantasya lopaha this sakara can be deleted. Then what is the need of the sutra rat sasya? By rat sasya, the scope of sanyogantasya lopaha is limited. So it is a niyama sutra. So in other cases, it means in other cases this sakara is not deleted. If it is not refa here, then this sakara is not deleted. But by sanyogantasya lopaha, if it is any vyanjana, sakara should get deletion. But ratsasya, it is limiting the scope of that sutra. So only if it is refa here, then only sakara is deleted, is the meaning of ratsasya. For example, if you take the counter example, urj plus su, urj is a pratipadikam. Here if you add su pratyaya, the pratama vibhakti ekavachana pratyaya, since it ends with hal, chakara, this su undergoes lopa. Now at this stage, urj, it is a sanyoga. Here refa is followed by jakara. Okay, refa is followed by jakara. Since there is no sakara, then this jakara will not be deleted. Ratsasya. Okay, I got confused here. The meaning of the sutra ratsasya is only sakara is deleted if refa is present here, is the meaning. It is not sakara is deleted, only refa is here. It is if refa is followed by sakara, then only sakara, then sakara is deleted. If refa is followed by some other letters, other hal letters, then it is not deleted. I previously told sakara will be deleted if only refa is here. If some other uh, hal letters are there here, then this sakara is not deleted. Is what I explained, but that was wrong. The meaning of this sutra is only sakara is deleted after refa. If other all letters are present here, then they are not deleted. For example, if you take the one of the previous example, in this case, vidvans, the sakara is deleted. But by my explanation of ratsasya, since there is no refa here, sakara should not be deleted. But that was wrong, because for deletion of sakara, it can be any hal letter here. But for the if it is refa, then only sakara is deleted, not other hal letters, is the meaning of ratsasya. So if it is refa, then only sakara is deleted, not other hal letters, is the meaning of ratsasya. For example, if you take this example, urj, here in case of urj, refa is followed by jakara, which is not sakara. It is not sakara, it is a hal letter other than sakara. So by ratsasya, the deletion of jakara by sanyogantasya lopaha is prohibited. So there will not be any deletion. Later, that jakara at the end of a pada undergoes gakara. Chavargiya Vyanjana at the end, they undergo Kavargadesha. Later, there will be optional Chartva. We will study all this later, but I want you to understand there will be deletion of the Sakara only after Refa, not of other letters. The next sutra is 25. The previous one was 24. The next is 25th sutra. Dhicha. Dhicha. Dhi is the Saptami Ekavachana of Dha. Dha. Cha is an avyaya. Sasya comes as anurutti from Rat Sasya, and Lopah comes as anurutti from Sanyogantasya Lopaha. So the Anvaya of the sutra is Sasya Dhi Chalopaha. We cannot take Rat as anurutti. We want Stani. Stani from the previous sutra is Sasya. Lopaha is from Sanyogantasya Lopaha. So Sasya Dhi Chalopaha. It means Sakarasya Dakaradi Pratyaye Pare Lopaha Bhavati. If you take the lung lakara form for lu dhatu, Madhyama Purusha Bahuvachana form, Madhyama Purusha Bahuvachana, where the pratyaya is dvam. At this stage, there will be some change, some other prakriyas which I don't want to take. There will be adagama, there will be this pratyaya sich, vikarna pratyaya. At this stage, s plus dvam, this sakara is followed by dakaradi pratyaya. So by dhicha, this sakara undergoes lopaha. Alavidvam is the final form. By Sayongantasya lopaha, it cannot be deleted because it is not at the end of the pada, and the sanyoga is not, there is no, it is not at the end of sanyoga also. Then by Ratsasya, there is no refa here. So this sutra is required. Takara, which is followed by Dakara the pratyaya, undergoes lopa, is the meaning of this sutra. Dhicha. The next, the counter example, the same dhatu, the same lakara. The pratyaya is Pratama Purusha Bahuvachana, Mahi, in Atmanepada, Mahi. Here, the pratyaya starts with Makara. So it is not Dakaradi. Then there will not be deletion of this Sakara. Only if the pratyaya starts with the Dakara, then only this Sakara gets deleted. So this Sakara remains as it is. Later it undergoes Shatva by different sutra. The form will be Alavishmahi. Jhalo Jhali is the next sutra. Jhalo Jhali. Jhalaha is the Panchami Ekavachana. Jhali is the Saptami Ekavachana. This we studied yesterday. Sasya comes as Anuruti from Ratsasya. Lopaha from Sanyogantasya Lopaha. Anvayaha Jalaha Sasya Jhali Lopaha. So Sasya Lopaha. Sakarasya Lopaha. Kada, if it is followed by gel letter and preceded by gel letter, there should be gel letter before and after Sakara. Then there will be a deletion of Sakara. For example, during the Prakriya of Pratama Purusha Ekavachana form for Biddhatu in Lung Lakara, at this stage, Abid Sakara followed by the Pratyata. Here, Sakara is followed by and preceded by a gel letter. Here, Dakara is there, which is a gel letter. Here, Takara is there, which is also a gel letter. So, if Sakara is followed and preceded by Jalaha, Panchami, Jali, Saptami, both nimitta should be present, then only this Sakara undergoes deletion. So this undergoes deletion, and later we will get the form as Abitta. The next sutra is Raswad Angat 27. The last one was 26th. This is 27th. Raswad Angat. Raswad Angat. Here the Panchami word has been given. So the other words has to be taken as Anuruti from the previous sutras. Sasya. Since there is no Shashti word here, we will take that as Anuruti from the previous sutra, Rat Sasya. Sasya. There is no Saptami also. Jali yes comes as Anuruti and Lopaha from Sanyogantasya Lopaha. Anvayaha Rasvadangat Sasya Jali Lopaha. So if there is a Rasva, if there is a Rasva letter before Sakara and there is a Jal letter after that, then also there will be deletion of Sakara. So by Jalojali, this cannot be happened because there is no Jal letter before Sakara here. But by Rasvadangat, since it is a Rasva, then this Sakara undergoes deletion. So it is Akruta, the final form. Now we can see that all these sutras are used in Lung Lakara forms. So we are not anyway not going to study Lung Lakara. I am just giving this example just to make you understand or get a glimpse of what Lopa is and how the anuruttis of different words are used in sutras. I am just making you to understand the concept of anurutti and where this concept of lopa is used in different sutras. This say and these are the continuous sutras present one after another. So I am taking them. If they are present somewhere else without the context, then I would have not taken. So it is easy for me to explain the anuruttis also here. So I have taken these examples. I don't accept you to understand these sutras because these are mainly used in Lung Lakara, which even if we study these, we study very later in the study of Ashtadhyayi. So you don't worry about the Lung Lakara forms. We just understand that how the Anuruttis happen and how the slopa is going to happen here. Ita iti. Itaha is the Panchami, iti is the Saptami. So Panchami Saptami are here. We have to take Shashti from the previous sutra, Sasya. And what is the change? Lopaha by Sanyogantasya Lopaha. Itaha iti Sasya Lopaha. We can easily make some equation. This is in Panchami, so it should come here. Then this is in Shashti, so it should come after this Panchami. Then iti. So this should come after Sasya. Since it is Saptami, it should come after Shashti, after Sthani. And Lopaha after is equal to this eta et remains as they are, and Sasya will be replaced by Lopaha. If you take this example, Div plus Lung, again Lung Lakara, at this stage, you don't worry about the Prakriya. There is a stage where the Sakara is followed and preceded by Ikara and Dirgha E. Both this Ikara and E are Agamas. So at this stage, there will be deletion of Sakara. By Jalojali, it cannot be deleted since these are not Jal letters. By Rasvadangat, again we cannot delete because it is Rasva, but by Rasvadangat there should be Jal letter here, but it is not Jal letter. So separate sutra is required for the deletion of Sakara here. So the sutra is Ita. This was the example for Rasvadangat, wrongly typed here. The next sutra was Sko Sanyogadyo Rantecha. Sko Sanyogadyoho Antecha Lopa comes as Sanrutti. Skoho is the Shashti Dvivachana of Sakara and Kakara. Two entities, two letters are here, so it is Dvivachana. Sanyogadyoho. This word qualifies koho, so this should also be in Dvivachana. So it is Sanyogadyoho. Ante cha. Ante is Saptami. Cha is an avyaya. Lopaha comes as Anurutti from the previous sutra. Sanyogantasya Lopaha. This is the sutra. Sko Sanyog Adyorante cha. Skoho is the Shashti Dvivachanam. Sanyogadyoho is the Shashti Dvivachanam. Ante Saptami.
न दृश्यते महोदय.
Ah,
It's not coming here actually.
न दृश्यते.
न दृश्यते. दृश्यते, but means it has gone to the first one. लोपः आगमः आदेशः. That is दृश्यते.
अस्तु. इदानीं दृश्यते वा? Okay. It is one of the sutra where that sakara or kakara, even if it is present, at the beginning of the sanyoga, then they get deleted. For example, in in brusj dhatu, there is sakara in the beginning of the sanyoga. By skon sanyoga adhirantecha, that get deleted. By sanyogantasya lopaha, the jakara should be deleted, but it is a apavada to sanyogantasya lopaha. So if the sanyoga has kakara or sakara in the beginning of the sanyoga, then instead of the last letter, the first letter, sakara or kakara, they get deleted, is the meaning of this sutra. Masj, here sakara gets deleted. Taksh, in taksh it is kakara followed by shakara. So in that sanyoga, kakara is present in the beginning, so that gets deleted. We are left with tash. So that's what the meaning of this sutra. Koso sanyoga adyorantecha. We can let us not go into details of this sutra. We will study this sutra later. So these are the some sutras where lopa, the anurti of lopa comes from sanyogantasya lopaha till this sutra. Then chokuho. In this sutra there is no anurti of lopa. Anurti ceases here, stops here. So we have taken these sutras in today's class. We shall study Lopo Vyorvali. Lopo. In today's class, I don't expect you to understand any sutras. Even if you don't understand any sutras, it's okay. But I expect you to understand what a lopa is. But in tomorrow class, I'll start with this sutra, Lopo Vyorvali. Then I expect you to understand all these sutras. I'm going to teach these sutras. Lopo Vyorvali, Vera Pruktasya, Algnabhyo,